of you must have watched crime shows like true crime series at some point in your lives. Watching people get killed by their own relatives or friends in these shows plants a sense of fear in our minds, that something like this could happen to us too. But while these shows were a source of entertainment for us, there were some people who actually used the methods shown in these programs to commit crimes in real life. And today's case from Marfa is one such example, where a crime was committed using ideas taken from true crime series, a crime so well hidden that even the police remained unaware of it for years. The case would never have come to light if not for one stupid mistake made by this man. Alex was a 36-year-old man living in Marfa. His father worked as priest at St. Mary's Catholic Church. Despite being in his mid-30s, Alex had neither a proper job nor had he started a family of his own. In a way, you could say he wasn't financially independent yet and often had to rely on his father. At an age when many people become parents and take responsibility for their families, Alex was barely managing his own responsibilities. This isn't necessarily wrong in today's economy, but I'm just explaining the phase of life he was in. But on the 22nd of June 2018, Alex met a person who would completely turn his life upside down. That day, a woman came to the church with 2 children. She looked extremely sad. This wasn't shocking, because people often visit church when they're going through hardships. But Alex could sense that this woman was dealing with something serious. The condition of her and her children didn't look good either. Unable to ignore this, Alex started talking to her. On asking, he learned that her name was Laura. She was 33 years old, and the 2 children were hers. When Alex asked her, Laura finally told him her entire story. Managing everything was becoming extremely difficult for her. Life can sometimes become overwhelming, but managing a business shouldn't be one of those problems. She lived there with her husband Michael Smith and their 2 children. Due to differences between the couple, matters escalated to the point where Michael threw Laura and the children out of the house. After wandering around for 2 days, she finally reached the church where Alex worked. Hearing all this, Alex felt even worse for Laura and her children. He arranged breakfast for them and consoled her, assuring her that everything would eventually be okay. After that, Laura left the church with her children. But a few months later, Laura returned to the same church, this time without her children. When Alex asked about them, Laura couldn't hold herself together and burst into tears. Michael had finally divorced her, and the custody of the children was given to him. After losing both her husband and her children, Laura was left completely alone. And this is when Alex did something that would change both of their lives forever. Alex had started liking Laura little by little. When he found out about her divorce, he couldn't stop himself. He took Laura and planned to start a completely new life. Alex started a small mobile phone repair shop to support himself and Laura. He rented a room in an apartment where they began living together. This was a huge step for Alex. For the first time, he stepped out of his father's shadow and started his own business, all because of Laura. While it's easy to understand Alex's feelings, one might wonder, how did Laura agree to live with a man she had met only twice? The answer is attraction. Laura also began liking Alex. His selfless and helpful nature impressed her. From day one, Alex accepted Laura into his life completely. Slowly, they grew closer. They didn't marry. They didn't even label their relationship. But they began living together, starting a new chapter. Gradually, they settled into routine. Alex went to work daily, while Laura handled the household. They were essentially husband and wife. Alex finally had someone to return home to. Laura, too, had moved on from her ex-husband. But not all problems disappeared. Living with a new person requires adjustment and acceptance. She had to change her lifestyle because of Alex's habits. Laura's elder sister stayed in touch with her after the divorce and visited occasionally. But for some reason, Alex didn't like Laura's relatives visiting or even calling. This led to frequent arguments. Over time, her sister and relatives stopped contacting her entirely. Despite that, fights between Alex and Laura continued. Eventually, verbal abuse turned into physical violence. But Laura was the one hitting Alex, not the other way around. She suffered from epilepsy, which caused her to become hyper-aggressive during conflicts. During arguments, she would hit Alex with whatever object was nearby. Over time, Alex's image of Laura completely changed. The happiness she once brought into his life slowly turned into poison. On 12th of May 2019, Alex returned home exhausted and hungry. When he asked about dinner, a simple question escalated into a massive argument. Laura attacked him with a washboard. This time, Alex snapped. In a sudden rage, he grabbed Laura and strangled her, without realizing the consequences. By the time he understood what he had done, it was too late. This wasn't premeditated. Alex had never planned this. But what he did next revealed the kind of man he truly was. Alex couldn't take the body outside. Instead of surrendering, fear overtook his morality. He decided to dispose of the body. Nearby construction materials gave him an idea. He placed Laura's body inside a plastic drum, added chemicals, and sealed it with cement to prevent decomposition odor. He kept the drum inside his room and continued living as if nothing had happened. Later, inspired by crime stories he binge-watched around 1,000 episodes to find ways to permanently dispose of the body. No one questioned Laura's disappearance because Alex had already cut her off from everyone. He wasn't married to her, so he could easily say she had left. For 2 years, Alex lived normally, sharing his home with a corpse. But decomposition gases eventually corroded the drum. The smell became unbearable. The landlord, Steve, confronted Alex. With no escape left, Alex confessed everything. Instead of calling the police, the landlord panicked and helped Alex destroy the evidence. They burned the drum in an isolated area and crushed the remaining bones into powder. No evidence remained. Laura had completely vanished. But fate caught up. In 2023, Alex, now an illegal arms dealer, was caught carrying a gun near a public area. During interrogation, a constable recognized him from Laura's earlier domestic complaint. Police contacted Laura's sister and realized she had been missing since 2019. Under strict interrogation, Alex finally confessed. However, with no physical evidence, proving the crime in court became extremely difficult. Alex changed his statements repeatedly, and interrogation confessions are not admissible in court. As of now, Alex has managed to escape punishment. This case raises a chilling question. How many such crimes go unnoticed, where victims disappear without a trace? It shows how limited and helpless the law can be in cases like these. And with that, this case ends here. Stay safe, stay healthy, subscribe my channel. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.